So I'm sitting out here at Oaky Woods, and I was trying to think of what would be a really good field test for the knives that I made. I've got the larger knife with me here, and I thought about it, and I was like, okay, so what field thing can I do to like really test it out and put it through its paces? And I thought of this: batoning out a friction wood fire set. If your knife can go through this abuse, then it can pretty much do anything. Got my stick that I cut off. Here goes nothing. As you can see, it's cutting pretty nicely through the stick here. Works for me, and as you can see, no damage to the knife at all. I mean, the handle's still tight. I'm kind of stoked about that. I was wondering if it would be able to handle that. But what I'm going to do now, I guess, is since I've got this wood cut out, I'm going to show you guys how to build a friction fire bow drill set using this. So basically what I've done is I've kind of flattened this out a little bit. Put a little notch in it with my knife like this for the spindle to fit in, and I went and found this reasonable diameter, slightly straight stick to use for my spindle. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and kind of round the end of it off with the knife, because I want it sort of round so it'll fit into the fireboard here. So you can see I kind of got the end of it round a little bit there. So basically what will happen is the spindle will sit in here with the bow, and it'll start spinning around to start creating a little coal. And I'll show you how I make the notch for the coal here in just a second. And now I've got to go make a bow and something to put on the end of the spindle so it doesn't rub in my hand. Alright, so here's what I did. I went ahead and I battened off another piece of wood off of this log, because I'm going to use this as the handle for my spindle. I took my knife and just kind of used it to drill a little indentation into the board, and the reason why is because that's what my spindle is going to sit in as it spins. So it'd be like this. And of course I got the fireboard, which I haven't blackened in yet, so we'll do that in just a second. And then I've got a bow. I just used a little sapling that I found in some paracord. Now you're probably thinking, why is the paracord loose? Well, the paracord's loose so that you can wrap it around your spindle like so, because that way when you're drawing the bow back and forth, it makes the spindles. As you can see, this knife is performing quite well, better than I had expected. Alright, almost there. That looks pretty good there. So you can see my notch. It's not the best notch, but it's a notch, and it'll work for what we're trying to do today. Now what I've done is I've got a leaf under my fireboard here, and I need the leaf there to catch the punk, which is basically fibers of wood that get stripped off, and to also, once the punk is formed, to create a coal. So the heat will actually burn the punk. It's kind of like those punk sticks you use on fireworks. Now once it starts smoking, don't stop. Just keep going. If the spindle don't come flying out. I'm going to show you guys what this punk looks like. You guys see that? It's just a real fine powder that comes out of there. Now if you don't get it lit the first time, if you don't get that punk lit, don't dump this out. A lot of people do that. Don't dump it out. Keep it. Because that way you won't have to make it.
This would be my last attempt here, I think.
Start to smoke. Once it starts smoking, don't stop. Keep going. Alright. Yeah, I think we got a coal. Okay guys, so once you get a coal lit, see that little gray bit that's there? I don't know if you guys can see it. It's gray and it's smoking. See it smoking? So what you're going to do is very carefully tear all that out. And very carefully pick this up. I want you guys to see this real well. So you can see it smoking there. Just gently blow on it a little bit. Just let it sit. It's not going to go out. You don't have to worry about this going out. It'll burn for a long, long time. I went ahead and dumped my coal into this leaf here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Went ahead and dropped it in there, so I'm going to try to get some flame out of it here. Okay. Okay, and we've got fire.